What's up, you beautiful Redditors? Hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. Welcome to the RNEWS morning show, and let's just jump into it. From r/news. White supremacist killed in shootout with California deputies. As a bald white guy, I'd like to remind people that not all bald white people are skinheads. Some of us are just freaking bald. *edit. This is the comment that gets me over 10k upvotes. I will never understand you, Reddit. My husband is really white and shaved his head for a charity event one year. He got an extremely disturbing amount of supportive white power comments and ended up reporting some of the staff at his hospital to HR as a result, and regrowing his hair. He supported a charity and exposed white supremacists at a hospital. Sounds like a win-win to me. Started going bald at 19 and just immediately gave in knowing it wasn't about to start getting better. God, I hate these piece of craps appropriating our early onset male pattern baldness. I feel you. Mine was mid-20s. I was denial until I hit 30. With a few exceptions, it's been shaved every 2 to 3 days since then. Ugh, at 26, this hurts. Noticed at 20, my biggest financial goal is to afford a transplant. Don't waste the money. Go full Jeff Bezos and build an empire, turn evil, then use all your money to make the world bald via chemtrails. If you can't have hair, no one can. Oh no, anyways. And nothing of great use was lost. Some bullets. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/World News. No smoking. CEO of Philip Morris, the company that makes Marlboro, says cigarette sales may end within 10 to 15 years. We have found that young people prefer to vape rather than smoke. So we will sell that instead, so honorable. Much respect to tobacco companies. No, they decided to lobby to have vapes effectively banned. Smoke faster, you filthy peasants. The major vape brands are pretty much all owned by tobacco companies. Juul, Altria, Blue, Imperial Brands, Vuse, Reynolds, Vipe, Imperial Tobacco, Dragonite, Imperial Tobacco, Logic, Japan Tobacco. They'll just sell weed instead. They'll lobby using nicotine as a herbicide on weed crops. They already spray Virginia tobacco with extra nicotine as a herbicide. You know, the natural neurotoxin the plant already produces itself. Well, they're not exactly just spraying nicotine itself. They're spraying neonicotinoids, which is a classification of pesticides that are chemically similar to nicotine, and a major contributor to the decline in bee populations. But these are the chemicals killing the bees. They kill their own customer base. Do you really think they give a frick about the bees? You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/Politics. Mitch McConnell among top Republicans skipping Ruth Bader Ginsburg's memorial service at Capitol. He couldn't keep any pants clean long enough. Maybe he was afraid he'd fall and break his shoulder. Again, that excuse is getting old. 2 in the last year. i.imager.com edit. Lol. Who put the title on that gif? That's hilarious. He looked like a toddler falling. Did you see the agent behind him reach for his gun? What was that all about, I wonder? Well, when a horse breaks its leg. Duckworth can't walk properly. I don't hold that against anyone. What does bother me is people in office with critical thinking and other cognitive impairments. Being in office, and the bad faith. Let's throw that in the shouldn't be in office if pile. Can we please not be ableist in our takedowns of bigoted politicians? Particularly when disabled people and our rights are barely represented in office. The Republican leaders of the House and Senate, Mitch McConnell and Kevin McCarthy, are skipping a service at the Capitol for the late Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Frick, it's more than paying respect to the person, but also what she fought for. Their absence is fricking disrespect to women and women's rights. To be fair, that's pretty on par for them. It's not like they have ever given a frick about women's rights. Republicans are basically the American Taliban. They're an extremist religious cult that hates women in the modern world. Any woman voting for them has a screw loose. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/Politics. Attorney General Bill Barr directly implicated in discarded ballot chaos amplified by Trump and White House. Impeachment seems like it's a good option here. The best option actually, since Senate rules dictate they have to begin the trial in the Senate upon the House achieving a majority vote to impeach. thus derailing the judicial vote for Ginsburg's replacement. How long would it take for the Senate trial to complete? Even if a day, just keep impeaching. It's okay, we have a long list of motherfrickers who deserve impeaching. If tomorrow my company goes under, I will just start another paper company. And then another and another and another. I have no shortage of company names. Michael Scott. According to ABC News, Bill Barr personally briefed President Trump on its investigation into those ballots in PA before sending out that dodgy press release that our team has been reporting on. Bill Barr is using the DOJ to attack our election integrity. That's a freaking attack on our democracy. Impeach him now. What does impeachment do? It gets people's hopes up. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/World News. Sir Jim Ratcliffe, UK's richest person, moves to tax-free Monaco. Ratcliffe, the founder and chief executive of petrochemicals company Ineos, was an ardent supporter of the Vote Leave campaign, declaring that the UK would thrive without red tape from Brussels. Can the Queen unsir someone? Her Majesty giveth, Her Majesty taketh away. First it giveth, then it taketh away. Oh yes indeed. That's a lot of child abuse. The rich are absolutely not going down with the ship they've scuttled. Rats never do. James Goldsmith, James Dyson, Jim Ratcliffe. It's amazing there's been so many billionaires named James who are so passionate about their fellow countrymen not having the same freedom of movement they have. Being that rich, you have to despise and blame people who aren't. They have to be the bad guys. Because if they aren't, what a prick. Wanker. Twat. Tosser. Slack. Suspiciously stiff Jim Sop. Bell end. Complete knob. Just FYI, Ineos has a limited located on the Isle of Man, tax haven, which is heading a holding located in Luxembourg, tax haven, which is heading Ineos Group holding in Switzerland, tax haven. There is actually no production asset in any of these locations at all. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics, 61% of Americans support abolishing electoral college. Awareness of what it even is appears to be on the rise. A few years ago a poll found that a majority think it is a school. A few years ago a poll found that a majority think it is a school. Oh dear. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that Americans by and large knew jack crap about their politics and took it as a point of pride. Like ignorance is a choice you make to exercise your freedom to do so. The anti-intellectualism didn't start with Trump and it doesn't end with his supporters. It has a much older and much more widespread presence in American culture that people didn't consider serious enough to worry about until now. Used to just roll your eyes at it before it became clear the country's on the line for it. Well, 39% say we should keep it, so they win. Because that's the way it currently rolls. Mathematically, it could be as low as 23% and still give an easy majority. You could say 60% of Americans demand X and be right. Doesn't mean it will happen. 60% of Americans don't want Trump. And that's where we're going to end today's show. But if you like what you saw, leave a like, and if you want to see more of the RNEWS show, hit that subscribe button. As always, this has been the RNEWS show and I'll see you tomorrow.